According to the Children's Health Fund, in America, 80% of states require that children have vision screenings, 75% require hearing screenings, and 49% require a comprehensive health exam. But how about mental wellness? Unfortunately, there are no states that require children be screened for the 7 health barriers that can affect learning. Now, as a part of the Child Mind Institute Summit, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton is helping to lead a national dialogue on understanding childhood and adolescent mental wellness and spotting learning disorders. Discussing the unique factors that make adolescence exciting, important, and potentially dangerous, Clinton was joined by the Institute's president, Dr. Harold Koplowitz, and moderator, former CNN anchor Willow Bay, in addressing a topic that affects all of our children, just how far we've come in prioritizing children's mental health. Let's listen in.
So I think on several grounds we've made progress. You know, we passed a law about parity between physical and mental health. It is nowhere near being implemented the way it should be, but at least we got it on the books. Hopefully it stays there. But we're not funding, we're not speaking out, we're not doing enough to try to continue the progress to give people the tools they need in their homes, their communities, across our country to both recognize and deal with mental health challenges. So I guess it's a good news, bad news story. And this new report has a lot of good news in it because it does point in the direction of what can be done and what more should be done by combining treatments and raising awareness. But I think that anybody who is concerned about this, as we all are who are here today, knows we have to do a lot more.
So I'd like to spend a good chunk of time unpacking your new report, which focuses on the state of adolescent mental health. Can you, though, just situate adolescent brain development in the continuum of the phases, the most important and critical phases of brain development starting in early childhood?
Sure. So we know that the brain changes over time. There's a reason why we know that at 3 years old, you're going to have 10,000 words, and at 2 years or 1,000 words, and 2 years old, you're going to have 100 words. That at 5, you're going to be able to sit long enough to be in kindergarten and maybe wait your turn. But we also know that dramatic things happen to the teenage brain. That at 13, there's almost a revolution. We start pruning the brain and get rid of parts of the brain that we don't use. It's kind of use it or lose it. And that exciting time between 13 and about 24 is something we're learning more and more about. And so it's easier to learn. You still can get a foreign language. You can still learn to ride a bicycle. There's a whole bunch of things you can still do that become harder and harder when you get older. And the one thing we also know is that it's also a good time to get bad habits because the brain is very plastic. It's easy to learn things, but it's also easy to get dependence. It's easy to get addicted to drugs. And at 24, you start getting your prefrontal cortex, this part of the brain that's in the front of the brain, starts communicating to the rest of the brain. So you start learning about strategy and cost and risk. You put on a helmet. You're more likely to put on a seatbelt. And Hertz will let you rent a car at 25.
Yeah, somehow the car companies knew about this before the scientists did.
Right.
25 being kind of
and we should warn mothers of boys that boys are slower, and it can sometimes be 27. And if you have a psychiatric disorder like ADHD, it could even be later than that, which means that the impulsivity and the aggressiveness of the brain of an adolescent can not only be great for exploring new things, it can also be very dangerous.
So what are the major risks of adolescence?
So the onset of 50% of all psychiatric disorders occurs before the age of 14 and 75% before the age of 24. And so we also know that suicide between the ages of 13 and 24 are not only the suicide completers, around 5,000 kids every single year in the United States will complete suicide. 600,000 will make a serious enough attempt that they will actually land up in an emergency room. So if we know that there's this contagious quality, we have to recognize what else is going on in the world. So we talked about this briefly, and TV programs like 13 Reasons Why, which glorify suicide, which basically tell you that the dead girl lives on. She has power in the classroom. She's glorified. People feel sorry. People want to tell her things. Really takes a terrible toll on certain teenagers who are thinking about suicide, and therefore that media can actually have a very negative effect on a group of teenagers.
These are the kinds of things that there should be both self-regulatory discipline and outside pressure. I really think just a key to this is making sure that information is more readily available to people who interact with kids.
If you'd like more resources on youth mental health, you can go to Harold's website, childmind.org. And thank you, of course, to Secretary Clinton for being so generous with your time and, frankly, for your legacy of putting children and families first. So really appreciate it.